Hello, everybody on Twitch. Welcome again to Session 3 or Episode 4 of Hougeki Heroes. Again, all of it's just, playing some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm DM Hyper. Unfortunately, tonight we do not have Life with us, but we are joined by Hedge, Jose, Phil, and Pod. Hi, everybody.
Yo.
Life is dead.
Dead support.
Did you just say life is good or life is dead?
Life is dead.
Okay. I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
I'm assuming they're fine. Just busy.
Yeah, probably. It's also early where life is, because I believe life lives on the other side of the globe.
Yes, so he could be asleep.
He could still be asleep. So, again, he might join us later, because I'm pretty sure I want to say life is somewhere in, Southeast Asia. So, it's 9 a.m. for him right now. So, it's understandable,
Okay, yeah, I'd
oversleeping
probably be
and
asleep right now, too.
Oh, you can't get me up before 10. No, legit, I work too many nights. But, back to this, though. Last session, everybody leveled up to level 4. Yeah, we got our first level up as players. How's everybody feeling about that?
Ooh,
Powerful.
good.
Powerful! We'll see about how long that feeling lasts, Jose. Yep.
I'm sure it'll remain.
And speaking of
Dinner smells so good. I'm so looking forward to it.
And speaking of powerful, though, why don't we recap last session? Because in last session, y'all got to meet and talk with the world's greatest adventurer, Argus Bane. He gave y'all a choice: basically get arrested or join his adventuring guild, the Riverwatch. Most of you figured, we can get paid, we can have some fun, let's do it. And then, Josaku decided, I'll join if I get to fight you. Which Argus was all too happy to accept. Then y'all got paid for your job, a little bit more than y'all were expecting because of guild rates. And then from there, y'all made the trip back to Akare, Nayer's capital city, with Argus. And along the way, ran into some trolls and some wargs, which y'all got started, and then Argus quickly dispatched afterwards. Y'all talked about the dagger, the weapons. then when y'all got into a care, y'all got to witness the river, the running of the river, the annual surfing event that was won by Argus's good friend and the Riverwatch's master at arms, Mord. Then y'all went to.
I didn't talk much to.
Say what?
I didn't talk much to Mord. I should fix it.
Y'all didn't have the opportunity to talk to him. Y'all haven't met him yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you only saw him from a distance because he won the race, so he was like the center of attention in that moment. From there, you went to go see Margaret at the Mystic Maple, eh? And got to have some stuff appraised, including finding out that the mysterious stone dagger is unlike anything that Margaret, who is pretty experienced in this kind of thing, has ever seen, except for one other weapon. Argus's sword, Godrazor. Then you went into, you kept going through a care in the carriage. Y'all arrived at the Riverwatch Guild, and y'all met the colorful characters of the Riverwatch, most notably Sia and Melina, who Josaku thought it was a good idea to mouth off to, and ended up with a dagger at his throat. Spoiler alert, kids! If there's a 7-foot-tall red-headed chick with a prosthetic arm and a knife in it, and just a belt of knives across it, you probably shouldn't piss her off, especially if she could turn invisible on a whim.
7 foot?
Oh yeah, firebolgs are huge.
Oh yeah, she's a furbolg. I didn't realize.
Yeah, firebolgs are tall as hell. Like, Argus is a unit.
Is it firbolg or furbolg?
I think it's furbolg. I think you're right. I always mispronounce this one.
I've always been saying furbolg.
I'm pretty sure it's furbolg. But yeah, Melina is an absolute Amazon in terms of size. But it's not like, like she's like overly muscular or anything. She's proportioned. Like a normal person.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
And then Argus had to go do some things, so y'all have been left into the capable hands of adorable Sia, who is going to get you registered as part of the Riverwatch. And as y'all are in here, as you can see, we're in the Riverwatch Guild Hall currently. So, y'all are following Sia down the hallway, and she's saying, right this way, guys. Still having her book telepathically floating next to her. She leads.
Sorry for interrupting, Hyper. I gave her the black book book that was written in Draconic, right? That I got from the mausoleum.
Oh, you already gave it to her.
Okay.
Yeah, you gave it to her last session, and you did hear Argus say that she's going to go talk with Simeon about it. And you overheard them saying that Simeon is a professor at the local, Icarian College, of which C is a student. So with that, right this way, guys. She leads y'all into a small office. This looks mostly like a bookkeeping room. It is almost as if there's a mini library in here. Sia does look over to you, Amelie, and says, I know this goes a little bit without saying, but I just want to check. I tell this to everybody who uses magic. Please no fire spells in this room, please. There's a lot. I really don't want to have to rewrite all of this.
No fire spells, but I can't promise there won't be any fire.
Please. Okay. And that goes for you as well. That goes as well for you, Kappa. But, alright, gang. So, first of all, there's just going to be a couple things for you to sign. Basically just things like saying like you agree to the guild cut, you won't topple any governments, or if you do, the Riverwatch aren't liable for them. At least illegally toppling any governments.
Wait, what?
I had something I was going to say. I forgot what it was. I'm sorry. Please continue, DM.
No, you're getting. Sia heard fit. It was like, yeah. If anybody tried to topple any governments, we don't want to get blamed for it.
Does that happen? Is that going to be expected or?
Not particularly, no.
Like, have you had this sort of thing happen in the past where you guys have to like tell us not to do it?
What am I getting myself into?
No. It's more that recorded history is very long, and there's been a lot of incidents over, the past however many thousand years that it's precautionary. It's like how there are laws against, mass serial killings. But that doesn't mean that everyone is expected to go out and be a serial killer if this law doesn't exist.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, so don't think of it like a this is the norm. That's more of a exaggerated example of if you guys basically screw up on a colossal level, or if anybody at the Riverwatch screws up on a colossal level to the point where they become wanted by multiple governments, they won't they won't be coming into a care and trying to burn the guild hall down.
Yeah, we probably won't be getting shelter here if we fuck up that tremendously either, huh?
Not quite. You'd probably be disavowed and added.
Fair and valid.
They'd probably hunted. Most
Fair
likely by
and
Melina.
valid. That'd be fun. Okay, I might.
Yeah, she's kind of good at tracking people down.
She must be.
Oh,
Furbolgs are very attuned with nature. It's very impressive.
It's not as much the nature thing. I don't know what it is about her, but she just has like a sixth sense for finding people. She really doesn't do a lot of jobs like, like guard duty or anything. Most of her stuff is more clandestine, if that makes sense.
You mean stabby, slitty throaty?
I can neither confirm
Cloak
nor
and
deny
dagger?
that.
I mean, considering the fact that she has a prosthetic arm that shoots out a knife. I think that's all we need to confirm that.
She's like, try not to bring up the arm.
Ooh,
Sensitive topic.
Well, it's more of if you're praising it, cool, but be careful what you say. As you can tell, Melina is not the most calm or even-tempered person, and I've worked here about 9 months, and so love her like.
Oh, you're new as well.
But say what?
Wow, 9 months.
You are relatively new.
Relatively new, but I'm young. You have to be at least 18 to join the Riverwatch, and I'm also a student at Carrying College, so it's more of a internship is the wrong word, but I can't think of one in the moment. So
Oh, so you're the help.
no, I think of it more as an adventurer in training. Currently, I operate mostly as the guild's assigner and secretary because I can do it the most efficiently. And then she says in the telepathy to you, Amelie, because I can do this.
So, a psychic squire. I like it.
I like that name, Psychic Squire Sia. Though technically, I'm more of a spellcaster myself. You can tell, like, at this point in the book, you'll say as she's spinning around, you'll begin to notice it's a spell book.
Fancy.
Yeah, thank you. I try to say I'm not, an exceptional student. I'm not the number one, number 3 actually, but still, I like to think that I can hold my own in situations.
I'd love to hear any about these situations after we talk to whoever it is we're supposed to be talking to. I feel like we're here to be talking to someone in charge.
So actually, that is part of my job, is getting registered as a new adventurers registered into the Riverwatch records, and basically making sure everything is in order here. Just need to make sure that none of you are wanted for anything like, mass murder, acts of terrorism, the big stuff. Like, little stuff like, like stealing a horse or knocking some asshole out at the bar. When you join the guilds, most of that is forgiven. But again, there's within reasons. You can't exactly join a guild to dodge a murder charge. Though people have tried. Unsuccessfully, but they tried. There's this one guy I remember as I heard about happening, I want to say it was in the Empire actually, where they had killed some sort of emissary, and then the guildmaster immediately turned them over to the Emperor's guards, and then he was turned into a pile of ash by the Empress.
Exciting. Well, fortunately, my record isn't too substantial. A few minor arson charges, but no deaths.
How much arson and where?
Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. No arson. No need to worry about that.
Were there any government buildings burnt down?
Oh, no, not government buildings. You're fine.
We're good.
We're good.
Anyone else? Anything I need to know about just in case to make sure that we don't need to clear it? When you walked in, I had someone basically run a couple of your names against any sort of records, and nothing bad popped up. So there you go. You know, a couple disorderly conduct things. Well, admittedly, a couple arson charges. And she's now having like a piece of paper floating next to her. Oh no, it's like minor arson charges. Like
I thought my father took care of those.
Yeah, let's if your father is who I think he is over time. Yeah, and Dilius doesn't like your dad.
That's fair. That's fair. It's very hard to, but
He likes you though, from what I hear.
oh well, and
So
she's too
again,
red to say anything else.
very minor arson charges. Right here I have setting a tree on fire. Oh, that's who doesn't do that. Let's see. For Varys, I have one count of assault, one count of disorderly conduct, and 5 counts of attacking a second citizen. Respectable.
I'm surprised it's only 5.
Well, they do have the caveat of being in a gladiator pit, so they're more of these are more of like less like of actual charges on like the assault one, which says didn't really count. Disorderly conduct, nobody gives a shit. And those 5 are just the ones in the gladiator pit. But it also doesn't surprise me if there were more. They don't exactly like it recording down when people kick their ass.
No, I know that from experience.
We love it though. Particularly Melina.
I found out.
And then Kappa and Finn, you're pretty clean as a whistle. Josaku, you as well.
Whew.
Pretty much nothing crime-wise turned up with y'all's names, so yeah.
As expected.
That didn't sound suspicious at all.
She completely ignores the fact that you just said that. So, first of all, I just need to sign these papers again. That just says that you do anything too bad that the guild isn't responsible. But otherwise, it also says things like that any job that you do is subject to guild rate, so that is going to get you paid more than being solo adventurers with just a standard license. Speaking of which, license paperwork. It's really easy to get one. It's just gotta have one. And all of your records pass, so you qualify for your licenses. You just need to sign. And she hands you like a series of papers. She goes on explaining a couple things. What do y'all do?
Well, I'm gonna read over the paper first. I assume it's very simple legal jargon.
Yeah, it's very simple stuff. There's nothing like loopholes or whatnot. There's even a part in there saying it's like if you're looking for a loophole, say for like loopholes to screw you over, we left those out.
Okay. In which case, I'm more than happily sign.
Yeah, Argus wrote that part. She probably saw you like smile at a part, figured out which one it was.
I assumed it was either him or Melina.
Oh, it's definitely Argus. Again, he's been the leader for God, almost 15, 20 years at this point, somewhere there. Again, I'm still learning overall, but he's not what you expect. Like, I can't be the only one who kind of expected some sort of paragon of virtue. Am I?
No.
Definitely not.
Like,
No.
for a guy called the world's greatest adventurer, he's a lot more human than I expected, if that makes sense.
I heard
It does.
Let's just say
Not
my.
like a human as in like a species way, but like
Oh
normal.
yeah, no, we assumed.
Normal.
You need to have some compassion to take on this kind of work.
Yeah, and I've seen
Okay, Varys and I
Worse.
can both tell you that is not exactly true.
I
Not
mean,
even a little. Come on.
No, all I was gonna say is I've seen worse guild leaders, so
Oh, I believe that you have. And think, there's one. Vanna isn't the only bad one.
there has to be at least one good one.
Oh yeah, no, but most of them are pretty good. Andilius, who we talked about earlier, he's the leader of the Rune Readers over in Sprintfall, out of Thorn, and love Andilius, such a nice person. It's also funny because whenever anybody tries to give him shit, he could kind of pull the card that he's best friends with, one of the most powerful magic users in the world. So yeah. Sorry, talk too much. So yeah, now that we've got all the things ordered, she passes all out badges. But before we move any further, I do need to figure out, are you all intending to travel alone or as a group?
I'm assuming a group.
Anyone else?
Probably the best odds, right?
Oh, definitely.
no-
Solo adventures, especially new ones, don't tend to last very long.
Oh, can I please join your
It's better to go as a group.
I have
A
no
henchman or
objections
two.
with what the group decides.
What did you say, Fed?
I was asking if I could join their group.
Absolutely. So y'all came in. I came in as a group. I just assumed. So now that just means that eventually y'all will need a name. Oh, hey, it looks like Life just hopped on. Okay, yeah, Life is online. So okay, cool. We didn't get into much of the meat and potatoes yet. Kind of just like the intro bullshit. So yeah, with that, again, she hands y'all badges, which look exactly like the ones that Argus had. It's basically green with it almost looks like a T, but Finn, you recognize that this is actually the shape of the rivers that intersect Akare. So basically, the way that it's shaped is that here are the two of the largest rivers in the world, like two of the widest rivers in the world. Akare is here, with this one like going all the way to the ocean, and this one being the path that goes like almost all the way down to the towards the southern tip of the country. It's also like the river that divides the country in half. So I'm sorry, it divides the city in half. So yeah. So with that out of the way. Oh god, he asked me to take you down. Oh, fuck you, Argus.
What's wrong?
It's nothing wrong. Basically, there is a nearby tavern that gives free lodging to new adventurers until their rooms here at the headquarters can get done. The owner is a former member of the River Watch, so she gives out free things. She's also the fucking best. Oh my god, I can't wait for you to meet Aina. Unfortunately, one of the roads, the fastest road to get there is under construction right now, so we're gonna have to walk down Malt Street. Oh, sorry, Barley Street. Malt's next to it, but we're gonna have to walk down Barley Street. Just if anybody offers you anything, don't do the drugs.
Okay. Are they
Why-
flammable?
Why shouldn't we do the drugs?
Just please, tomorrow go for it. Just wait until after before you just start doing the drugs. So, with that, I guess now we go down Barley Street. Great. Because exactly what I wanted to do when I woke up this morning is see tits. All right, let's
What's
go.
wrong with that?
And then she is walking off. She did not even pay attention to what the fuck you just said.
So do we just follow?
Y'all coming?
I go to follow.
I follow suit.
Hold up. I can't see what I'm typing because of my camera. I'm trying to give Life a little bit of rundown of what he missed. That way, like, we can do when we get in, you can do it. So as you'll walk down, she takes you down a little bit thing. So let me actually move back over to the Carrion Streets, and then as you'll walk down, you'll realize that. Wait, is that not? Did it swap the map for you guys?
No.
No. On my screen, I'm just seeing a street.
Yeah, it should. Instead of the guild hall, y'all should see a street.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I see.
Ah, okay. The OBS thing must have messed up. So let me actually do this, and then that. Oh, that was almost bad. Okay. Why did that not? It was weird. It did not. Despite it having me in there as a player, it was not. It did not swap properly. Either way. Ooh, that is the wrong tab. Do not show that one. And here we go. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, gang. Had technical difficulties. We love them. Yep. Okay, so as y'all start walking down the street, you'll realize that this street is every bit as alive as any y'all have ever been to. There are people on the sidewalk playing music. There are people cooking in stands on the sidewalk. People running up and down. This is the hustle and bustle you expected from a major city, but here it's almost like it is an entire street of nothing but a big fucking party. Like, just a massive party. Like, people are drinking, people are doing it. And by the way, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and people are already, like, sloshed on the sidewalk.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, well, welcome to Acare. One of the party capitals of the world, but it's home. It's a good city. And as you're walking down the street, you'll see various signs on the side of the road. You see, let me make sure that I'm getting this right. You see one that appears to have smoke coming out of it with a giant dragon head on an anvil that says the Bellows Breath. Another one you see having basically as if a small person with like a very shiny jacket on. Like there's no other features on the sign, but like a very almost like it was painted gold. And you see that one says the bespoke brook. And then y'all see it from a familiar name going down the road as y'all do it. As y'all see one of the largest buildings on this street has what appears to be a devil's head coming out the front.
Ooh.
You see the name the Devil's Den. That's the place that Argus told you about.
Fancy.
What is this place?
Y'all see outside, there are several very attractive women standing outside. Not wearing a lot.
Woman.
Hi. Ryan.
Hi, Stowe.
I think I know what this is.
You're damn right it is. And as you see it, one of them actually notices over. You see a 7-foot tall fireball woman who walks up and says, "Oh, Sia! What brings you over by? Over by. Oh, hi, Sable. Are these new recruits, Sia?" Then you see this is a 7 foot something fireball woman, long black hair, wearing sort of this almost like silvery sort of dress. She's very much not dressed like you would really expect someone who y'all can sort of like see inside, and y'all can tell, yes, the Devil's Den is a brothel. But it looks a lot classier than you would have expected, especially with the hustle and bustle of the street around. And then she replies to her saying, "Yeah, these are the new ones. This is Varys, Kaba, Amelie, Finn, and Josaku." So you see this woman just give a gorgeous smile at you. It's like, "Oh, hello everyone. I'm Sable." Then again, I'm sure you've already met my. I hope my little sister didn't give you any trouble when you met her at the guild.
Oh, you two are related? I thought I saw lots of similarities.
They did meet Melina, didn't they? Sia looks at you and says, like, no. Sable's Melina's older sister. And then Sable kind of gives a little bit of a laugh there. It's like, how many of you did she threaten to kill?
Just the one.
Just the one? Who?
I pointed Josaku.
So she leans over, and Josaku, this is a woman who is towering over you. Like, again, like 7 feet tall. She leans over and says, like, "Don't worry about it, sweetheart. She's like that with everyone." And then, out of the place... sorry, what were you saying?
I'll pay it no mind.
Good idea. Just be sure not to backtalk her. I'm guessing that you did. But, with that... Oh! Hi, Stelmos. You see now a red-skinned tiefling with blue hair, basically like just like bright-ass purple and green robes, walks out of the place, throws his arms up, doesn't say a word, but then he starts like making hand signs.
So they have
Hi.
Is he making like Naruto hand signs?
No, and sorry everyone. Stomos is mute, but he's the owner of the Devil's Den. He says, "Hello and welcome. If you are friends of Sia and Sable, then you are friends of his. As long as you don't hurt the girls."
Yeah,
says.
give me a second. Dinner's ready.
Go for it. Also, hello, Life. Yeah, basically, Life, just to recap you on what happened, y'all got your licenses at, at the Riverwatch. Y'all basically just signed up for stuff. Again, very basic adventuring shit. Like, if y'all manage to overthrow a government, then the Riverwatch are not responsible, so nobody comes down and, like, burns the guild hall down. And y'all are now coming down Barley Street, which is basically the party street of a care. You've ran into various restaurants. People are sloshed on the sidewalk. It's like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. People are there, and y'all have just walked up to the Devil's Den, the place that Argus jokingly told you about, which y'all have very quickly realized is absolutely a brothel. And one of the women standing outside happens to be Melina's older sister, Sable.
Melina is the
7-foot tall redhead who put a dagger to Josaku's throat. Yep. Pod, tell me when you're back.
I haven't missed out on Josaku and
no, not yet.
Okay.
Oh no, not yet. He what y'all would remember one of the last things Argus said before he went off to do like official business stuff is he told Josaku that they would do it the next day. They would fight the next day. So yeah, with that, I'll say again. Somos is doing more hand signs. He says, "Well, to the really all of you, because we can find something for each and every one of you if you want. You're welcome to, to come inside and enjoy yourselves. That's not necessary, Sable." Sia looks like she is stammering, trying very desperately to make sure you don't go in the whorehouse. So, with that, Stomos is sitting there basically giving, like, that. Then you'll hear a little bit of a shriek coming from inside the building. You see Stomos turn around, and you see this sort of bulkier, a little bit more rotund gentleman has decided to get a little bit too handsy with one girl, and you see that she's definitely not dressed like a working girl. She's dressed more like a waitress than anything else. Stomos' eyes narrow. He does signs off Sable. He said, if you could excuse him for a moment.
Do you guys, I look towards Stomos and I'm like, do you need help?
He basically makes the motion of laughing at that and shakes his finger. You see
Alright, if you got it.
You see him walk inside, his hands start to move, and then at the end of like his whole motion, he snaps his fingers, and you'll see a giant magical hand reach out and grab this heavyset guy just around it. What the fuck? What the hell's going on? And you see this waitress who is basically knocked to the floor as a result. Stomos offers her hand and helps her up, gives her a little bit of his sign language, and says, she replies, Stomos says that the rules are that the waitresses are off limits, and that the next time that you touch me, he will make sure that you regret it. As you can see now, this hand is starting to squeeze this heavy guy a little bit tighter. Stomos throws his arm around the guy, smiles. We're good! Not again! And let's go. Stomos pats him on the shoulder and walks back over to you guys. And then he starts doing more sign language. Oh, sorry about that. Stomos says that apologies for that. No one. He doesn't take kindly to anyone hurting the girls. He came from a little bit of a bad family, and his mom was frequently, let's just say, abused. So he decided, well, let's make a place where everyone can partake in the world's oldest profession and feel safe doing it.
It is basic decency to not, abuse people. So you're doing a good job of that.
He signs to say, and Sable says, that doesn't stop a lot of people from basically being pimps and being monsters to various girls.
I know.
You look like you do now. And she said, like, not like insulting way, but she's trying to read what you're saying. But okay.
I grew up in Galrun on the streets.
Then you do understand.
Uh-huh.
And Stomos basically is like oof.
What you're doing is good.
Sorry about that.
The women and men that work here deserve protection for what they do.
Can you repeat that?
They shouldn't be treated like that. I said the people that work here deserve protection. They shouldn't be hurt for doing their job.
And they said, so, are you okay if I don't do the hand things? Because again, Stomos is mute.
Yeah.
So it's basically like Sable's going to be talking for him pretty much every time.
Mm-hmm.
I could always see if I can make a roll to just interpret the hand motions on my own.
Would Amelie know sign language?
Probably not, unless it was taught to her by a tutor at some point.
I don't think it would have been, because it's pretty
Probably not,
niche
yeah.
in this world. It should be impressive in of itself that there are multiple people in this building that know it. Like, if you were outside of one of the world's biggest cities, it would probably be like you maybe find one person, two people in a city that actually know this shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, basically, Stomas says exactly. They deserve to be protected. There are too many pimps in this world and abusers. Me? I like to think of myself as someone who provides them a safe haven, a manager of sorts. But, again, any members of the River Watch are welcome in the Devil's Den. Just be sure you bring the coin for your time. Well, alright. Sia, you look like you're about to shipwreck, so we better leave you guys alone. So that way y'all can go do whatever it is you're gonna do. Thank you, Sable. Come on, guys. Are y'all following her?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, y'all keep walking down the street. And y'all see just again more parties. You pass another like smaller establishment here and there. You know, like smaller bars and whatnot. But you can tell it's like they're definitely prime attraction to this one, and it's very obvious the place like the Devil's Den was one of them. Again, a couple of the other ones like the Bellows Breath, whatever that blacksmith place is that y'all passed, and then y'all walk up to one big co-joined building. It almost looks like somebody did a patchwork on the two buildings, and it works somehow. It shouldn't, but it does. And then she says, well, guys, welcome to the River's Run and the Broken Table. Welcome to the river. Let's say she opens the door for y'all, and you see that this is actually half of it is a tavern, half of it is an active brewery. Like a full-on like craft brewery on one side of the room. The other half has like a bunch of patrons. People are serving food. You do that, and it's like, is that my favorite Kalistar? Hi, Ina! Sia shouts over, and you see over at the behind the bar is this very tall, very welcoming-looking Goliath woman. She is standing at about like 7.5 feet tall. Again, like y'all are surprised like how many big fucking people are around here, just because like
I'm 5 foot. I'm gonna get stepped on.
Yeah, most likely. And then she comes over, like wipes her hand on a rag, jumps on the counter, and she's just like, "Well, are these new recruits? If so, you are always welcome here at the Rivers Runner. I'm Ina. I own the place. Does anybody want cookies?"
I'll take a cookie. Nice to meet you, Ina.
I'll think about taking a cookie.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Do that. And as she's walking over, you see one guy basically rear back and like smash a glass over another guy's head because they were like being a little bit rowdy beforehand, but nothing like really worthy of it. Ina reaches over, grabs the guy, and full-on German suplexes him. Like not even breaking a sweat. She just full on like the guy who like hit the other guy over the side of the head with it. Like it was rowdy. Everybody was like, "Yeah!" Ina just grabs him over, full on 7.5 feet, and just like flips him over her head and slams his shoulders onto the ground behind her. This dude is out fucking cold now.
I need to learn how to do that.
Mason, I told you, don't hit other people with beer mugs. I have to replace those, you stupid boy. Somebody wake him up, give him a glass of milk when he's done. Sorry about that, kids. Alright, I'll be right back with those cookies. Basically, for this woman, imagine like giant muscle grandma.
I'm just fanatically waving goodbye.
I need to ask Giant what is it, giant Goliath grandma, how to like suplex people.
Yep, and you'll look around the bar. Is anybody like just like looking around, or you're like just taking a?
Yeah, I'm looking around, see
So-
like what the.
When you look around this place, you notice this like there's a lot of like adventuring memorabilia. You notice like there's a lot of like various trophies from certain adventures. There's various like swords and weaponry adorning the walls. Most of the people in here, you could tell there's some common citizens, but there seems to also be like like some city guards, some worksmen, a couple people that look like they would be adventurers there. And then also you notice like off in the corner there's just a shelf that's just adorned with a bunch of golden trophies going across the line. There's like 10 of them. And then it's like, well, hey gang, sorry about the delay. I had to go get those from Quincy real quick. Who wants cookies? And she holds out like this big ass plate. There's like 5 different kinds of cookies in there.
I was like grabbing. I just asked her how much is it.
Watchers don't pay for the cookies, darling. Unless you try and eat me out of my tavern, in which case I will make you pay for the cookies. Sorry, but I do have to keep this place afloat.
That's fair. I see. As I grab a second cookie as well when I see the screen.
I grab a cookie.
I grab one as well before Varus eats all of them.
Yes, like I said, you definitely eat up. She looks over at Josaku and Finn. Why are you two skin and bones? You need to eat more. And then she, at this point, has noticed Amelie. Again, she's big, so like, she hasn't quite noticed you as much behind the people. And she's like, aren't you so pretty? What's your name, dearie? Pod, you there?
Pod was just here.
Yeah, Pod was just here, but okay, we'll get back to that in a second. But yeah, it's like so.
Oh,
Well, there we go.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard pod. Sorry.
Yeah,
zoned
no.
out.
Aina basically because of how short you are, like behind like Varys and Josaku and whatnot, she didn't quite notice you behind it yet. But then she says like, "You are so pretty, dearie. What's your name?"
It's Amelie.
Amelie. I love your hair.
I'm about to be rude.
I love your hair.
I hear that a lot.
It just, as you could tell from our dear Sia here, like odd hair colors are a little bit of the norm, but we rarely ever see something that's just such a vibrant pink. She's right, most Kalashtar will have occasionally like you'll see someone with like white hair, like a drow. I mean, hell, as far as drow are concerned, Varys is the oddball, not having black hair. Mom or dad, the non-drow?
He's eating the cookie right now, so it's just like a muffled, like it's just a muffled, like cookie-filled, sort of like him trying to say dad.
Dearie, she passes you a glass of milk.
I like chug the milk. I'm like, dad, and then I go back to eating my cookie.
And Ina says, "Dad has good genes."
And he says again while there's cookies in his mouth. That's what everyone says, but it's so muffled.
I mean, whoever he is, he must.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, your mama must have fed you really well as a kid.
Yeah, she did do that.
Good. See, I can't really ever have kids of my own, so instead, every one of the River Watch are my kids. Provided my husband doesn't kill them first.
Ooh. Also, could I ask you, could you show me how to suplex someone again?
Oh, absolutely, darling. But I hope you don't mind if I have a drink or two before I do. I'm much better when I have a little bit in me. And then you just see her grab you see her like lean over the bar, which y'all have been like slowly walking towards it, and she grabs a jug the size of Amelie's head. And just like downs it. Whew, much better. So, like I said, welcome to the Rivers Runner. That's the
quick
broken table.
interruption.
But,
Sorry? Like, there's a bunch of static coming from Life's End.
Oh yeah, Life. You got a shit ton of static.
That's
Is it still there?
Yeah,
no, it's gone.
Yep,
There we
it's
go.
gone now. Cool.
We're good.
Yeah, and again, like she just like downed this drink like a fucking pro. It's like, yeah. So again, absolutely, if you want to learn how to kick some ass, I am always willing to teach you. I used to be an adventurer like you guys. A bunch of these are, I guess, mementos that me and my husband have collected over the years.
Did you two ever have to fight any crazy fire wizards?
Once or twice.
Oh, what'd you do to stop them?
I broke their legs.
Seems effective. I would have gone for the throat.
You see, Mord wanted to do that, but I told him that we needed them alive for the bounty, so...
Well, if they can't talk, they can't cast spells anymore.
True. But I also broke their hands.
That also works.
A quick, tiny rewind. You said Maud was your husband?
I say, yeah. We've been married about 25 years now. Love every day of it.
We haven't met him yet, but we did see him in the, what's the race called again, Hyper?
I'm sorry, what?
I was telling him, we did
the running of the river.
Yes, but we did see him win the running of the river as we came into town.
Oh, yes, y'all probably just missed me then. I was over on the side waiting for him to finish. Him and Rex have been training for so long. I love that boy, too. He is just such a sweet boy, and Mord was getting a little bit bored winning all the time. Those are actually his. She's pointing up at like the trophies that y'all noticed. And then all of a sudden, you'll hear like the door get like kicked open. Where is my beautiful wife? Over here, dearie, and you'll see the Goliath. You'll recognize as Mord walk over and just basically like get you know a sweet thing like nuzzle into Ina, and they give sort of. Y'all know that like hug and like embrace that like old people do when they're expressing affection. It's like that kind that specifically old people do. That's what they're doing, and it looks adorable as shit. If they weren't both like 7.5, 8 feet tall. And then it's like, well, oh, sweetheart, who are these people? Oh, more. These are actually your new recruits. Oh. He starts like eyeing up every single one of you. He stops on Yujo-saku. Says, "Are you the one that pissed Molina off?"
In the flesh.
Yeah. If you try that shit with me, I'll make you eat dirt.
Don't tempt him.
And then you see his gaze like swivel over to Yukaba. What was that, recruit?
Just saying, our friend here is a little enthusiastic about fighting.
Is he now? Almost as enthusiastic as you are about throwing him under the bus.
Oh, I see how it is. You're a hard ass. We're not gonna get along.
What's a bus?
So it's one of those like super long carts that people who draw with carrying steeds. You won't really find them in other countries, and you won't really find them outside of the major cities. It's just people started calling them buses for some reason. I don't fucking know why. Do I look like a fucking inventor? I hit things. Wait, why am I explaining this to you?
I go back to eating my cookie.
At the same time, Varus has just been eating his cookie too the entire time, not giving a shit.
Okay, question. I've heard one of you wants to fight Argus. Which one of you is it? Please tell me it's the big one.
That would be me.
He looks back over to you and he's... Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know. I think
No.
I might have a chance.
Girl,
I'm just
then you should
showing
stop.
him all of my teeth.
Girl,
all
then
of
you
my...
should stop thinking because it's not working out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, be nice. You're not at work right now. You're right, dear. I'm sorry, Ina. There we go. Now, Mort, I did actually leave. I said I did actually have Quincy warm up your dinner for when you got back, so it should be right upstairs for you. Thank you, dear. Mwah. And then he walks. But before he walks away, he's like, "I'll see you 5 tomorrow." Isn't he the best?
He's certainly something.
Sia leans over to you guys and says, he warms on you a little bit.
He's big.
Oh,
I might warm up on him real quick.
I wouldn't advise that, but hey, you do you.
It is kind of nice not being the biggest person in the city for once.
Did you honestly expect that to happen?
I mean, I was probably the biggest person in Gotham.
Yeah, there's a difference between the home of the elves and the home of the ancestral home of giants.
That's also fair. I also haven't left Goldrun till now.
Fair enough. You need to get out more. And then Ina leans over and says, "We've only been from Galvin, right? So, where are the rest of you from? I can tell that you are from Sprinfall, though. Not sure where, though. You're Imperial. You're obviously Ceredrian. You look South Nyrian, though. Where are you from?"
Girder shell.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. She leans down and like gives you a little bit of a hug. We can all agree it's a little bit of a shithole. Sorry.
I lean over, grab a cookie, and I just like hand one over to Finn.
I
Finn is
kid.
really liking
I
cookies.
kid, dearie. Come on, it's not that bad of a city.
It's pretty bad.
Well, just look at it like this. At least it's not on the other side of the mountain.
What's on the other side of the mountain?
That's where Euryalus is. That's like the Nazis mixed with the Crusaders, remember?
Yeah, they're fun. Real fun.
Yeah. Fun to kill. So, I take it 5, so y'all are going to need 5 rooms for the evening, or is anybody sharing? Again, the rooms are on the house because y'all are new recruits.
If the rooms are on the house and I can get my own room, I will take my own room, please.
I figured you would want your own room, unless you found some adorable young lady to shack up the night with.
Not yet. So my own room will be
Nice.
Just, and then whichever pitches your cheek and says like, "Don't do anything that would make your mama disappointed in you." So, everybody else, separate rooms, or anybody sleeping in the same room?
I'll take my own room.
Us two?
I will take one of my own.
And then she.
Take my own room too.
Alright. So, Amelie, I hope you are also okay staying by yourself tonight. I'm gonna guess that's a yes. Pod, I cannot hear you.
Emily? Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. I'm thinking I might need some bodyguards in my room. I don't feel safe.
Why?
Big city, small person. I'm sure you could understand the unease.
Don't worry, dearie. As long as I'm around, anybody who lays a finger on you. Oh, Quincy, can you throw me one? Can you throw me one? As you'll see a coconut just fly through the air towards Ina. She slams up her hand. It splits like perfectly fucking in half, and she catches both halves. That'll be them.
Okay, so one room
Ooh,
by
impressive.
myself.
As she like drinks both of them. Ah,
My
vodka
goodness.
coconuts are amazing.
Wow.
Have you never heard of those?
Oh no, I don't think I have. Well, I've never seen one before.
Oh, they're amazing. You get it's this fruit that you get over on the coast. They ship it in down the river, and then what you do is you basically soak it in vodka, and it gets absorbed into the juice, so it ends up being alcoholic. Milk is good and
I'm in
all,
love.
but milk is good. What?
I'm in love.
Oh yeah, she's a drunken master monk. So you can tell it's like she is like tipsy at this moment, but like it's like it takes a lot. How much have you drank today? Only about 3 gallons. I'm actually behind today. Fair enough.
You do you. I'm not gonna say slow down. You're probably got a lot more.
You're smart to not do that. You really are. Well, so yeah, y'all are free to roam the streets if you want. Last I heard, y'all had a job. Y'all had a job and got paid for it, so I guess y'all might have a little bit of spending money there. Roam the shops. If y'all want armor, go to the Bella's Breath. It's down the road. The owner and his wife are pretty. I say they're pretty cool people. I love Gillex and Haley. They are such a cute couple.
If you want the job, would we come back to you?
Are you saying this to Ina or to Sia?
Sia.
To Sia. In a manner of speaking, yes. Every morning at about 10 o'clock, I post the jobs that are available for that day, and it's more or less first come, first serve.
How many jobs do you get per day usually?
Too many.
Well, I know Josaku's gonna fight Argus tomorrow morning. We have that to look forward to.
I might see if I can hold y'all a job that starts for the next day, but it's posted the day before. So, that'll help you out. Just expect Molina to take bets on how long it is before he eats dirt.
Is there a certain amount of jobs we need to take to like stay in good standing, or?
Not particularly. We usually don't have a problem with people not taking jobs, mostly because people want to put food on the table. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we're adventurers. It's our job. We do this to make a living. And some of us eventually we find other ways to make a living, or we just happen to be good friends with a tavern and brewery owner who then gives it to us, and you run it every bit as good, if not better, than they do. Oh, stop it, dearie. You flatter me. And if I was old enough to drink, I would definitely be at your bar every night. You've only got about 3 more months, darling.
How old are you?
18.
I'm
20. Funny.
Wait, you said
No.
18?
Yeah, I was right on the money.
No, you can't join a guild till you're 18. I'm also a student, so I pushed it back a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old are you, Finn?
25.
But what about the rest of you? Ina looks around and is like, how old is everyone else?
18.
You
21.
How old did you
21.
say, Emily? I didn't hear you.
18.
Yeah, okay.
You are a
Wow.
young one.
I'd like to get things started early.
Be careful about growing up too fast. The one.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I just like to be prepared.
Smart girl. I like you.
Thank you.
A lot.
Thank you. She's red as a beet.
I said pragmatic and cute as a button.
Stop. You don't have to if you don't want to, but stop.
I am 22.
You look. I was pegging you for 26. And I heard 21, Josaku. You said 25. Finn, you definitely do not look like the oldest one of the bunch. Honestly, I was going to put you at about 3-4 years younger than that. You'll learn to enjoy that the older you get.
Sure.
I love how awkward Finn is.
Oh, it's great, especially when you basically have the grandma version of Hulk Hogan here, like
Everyone here can kill me, and it scares me.
Don't be scared, dearie.
I might go out for a second.
excited.
I'm heading back to the house, but it should only be like a second or two.
Oh, Amelie, don't worry about it. This is your home city now. You're free to do whatever.
I meant like DM to player, like
Oh.
walking to my house.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Again.
What time is it right now, Hyper? Sorry.
It's about. Y'all been walking a little bit. Y'all talked to Stomas and Sable for a little while. It's a little bit down. Barley Street. You left the guild at about like 2 o'clock. It's about like 3 o'clock. Y'all have been like sitting here chatting with Ina for a while. Mord came in and joined for a bit, so it's about like 3:30. Maybe starting to get a little bit closer to 4. There's still like plenty of time left in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before you all leave though, let me go ahead and give you out your rooms. And she like hands you each like room keys with like numbers on them. And then she points over to a hallway. All the rooms are going to be down that hallway. Adventurers' rooms are on the left side. And once you're down that hallway, boys on the left side, girls on the right. If I find anybody crossing over, I'll break your knees. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Nah, no seriousness now. I wouldn't do that. Unless you broke a glass over somebody's head in my bar.
Then you could suplex them.
Yep. And if you ever need any sort of food or anything here, unfortunately, I do have to charge for that. Other than the cookies and milk, got to keep the business running, and nobody quite eats as much as adventurers. And as she holds up a finger, and you'll just hear like this like almost scarfing noise. As my husband is a great example of that. So yeah, again, if you need anything, you can come to me or you can come to Quincy. He's almost as nice as I am. And you see this guy basically waving over, three fingers, giving you like a nice smile. You can tell it's a human guy, normal size, black hair, ponytail, just normal looking guy back there. The only thing weird is the fact that like he appears to only have like 3 fingers on each hand. So yeah, again, enjoy your stay, and also, welcome to Akare, and welcome to the River Watch.
It's good to be here in Akare.
It's the world's greatest city.
Supposedly.
She looks over at Varys because she heard that and says like, you disagree?
I'm just saying, you guys don't have a port.
By the way, like there's actually a river port on the north side of the city.
Okay, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's not a true seaport, but this is like one of the river trade capitals of the world.
Yeah, but like you know what I mean, especially the name and everything. And Mars is just like,
while the beaches and the pomp and circumstance are nice, so is having a competent leader.
That's fair. I'll give you that. But then again, most people from Galaran would give you that. Unless you're rich.
I don't like her.
Nobody does, unless you're rich.
Well,
or you're a sim.
God, there were enough of those when she visited.
So one of the two. So
Most of them try to stay here because they think that somehow she'll come and stop by every time, and I get sick of it. I end up having to throw them out most of the time because they get rowdy with everyone else who gets sick of their basically just like dog groveling at her feet. I don't understand how she does it or why she would want to.
I don't know either. People are stupid and extremely horny.
Y'all passed the Devil's Den on the way here. I was like, that's the truth. And see, at this point, he's like just face palming. Okay, I get that it's almost everybody's favorite pastime to shit on Vanna. It's a running joke around the guild. I get it. But she does end up Okay, actually, I take that back. It's Plastique who ends up hiring most of us who have to go to Anabora. Okay, yeah, never mind. You can keep shitting on Vanna.
I'm sorry. Who's Vanna again? I dozed off.
Vanna is the leader of the state-sponsored Adventurers Guild in Anabora. She's the leader of the Second Citizens as the Second Savant. She's also the only guild.
I heard something like that.
She's also the only guild leader who decided that the capital city wasn't good enough for her guild. So she's in Galrin instead.
Oh boy.
Galrin's a pretty nice city. I'll give her that.
Depends on what part you're in. Let's be honest.
It has its charm.
Give me 1 second, gang, to do something real quick. I want to... Let's see, make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, Varys, in your head, you start to hear, it's like, come on. We've both seen how bad it can get. And again, this is like, she's like doing telepathy. So like none of y'all, to the rest of y'all, it doesn't look like anything's like happening or anything's being said.
Of course.
I go and I grab another cookie and I start munching it, and as I'm munching it, I'm in my head. Hold on, are you from Galra too?
No. But I've been there, but I went there on a sort of liaison mission.
Where did you go when you got to Galra?
I saw enough of the city. Let's leave it at that.
I guess if you aren't from Galran, you wouldn't be used to it. It's an acquired taste. You need to live there to understand.
It's a taste I'd rather not acquire, kind of like bourbon.
To each their own. I say I actually turn to Aina and I'm like, since I've eaten a bunch of your cookies and drunk a bunch of your milk, how much?
You have? Dearie, again, the cookies and milk are free for members of the River Watch.
But I have been eating a bunch.
Then order a drink and pay me that way.
Okay, I'll have a beer then.
What kind?
From Hedge to Hyper, I don't drink beer, so I don't know. So give me whatever's on tap.
All right, strong guy, strong beer.
How much?
Chance that? I don't actually remember the price of beer. One sec.
Silver?
Isn't it like copper?
Okay, a mug of ale is 4 coppers. This is craft beer, so we'll say 5 coppers. Yep, hand over 5 coppers and do that. Anybody else want anything to drink or eat other than cookies? Anybody?
No, I'm stuffed with cookies and milk already.
I'm good.
And then you'll hear from the other side of the bar a little bit of a... You hear something fall over. If you'll excuse me, dearies. Jackson! What did I say? As you see her, like, basically do, like, an action movie leap over the bar, and you see this half-orc turn around. Oh, shit! Oh, don't you think you can run? She catches up to him and fucking clotheslines him.
My goodness.
What have I told you? about knocking over the furniture in the bar. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. You said that last time. And then she like picks him up, and she's still standing like a foot over him, so he's like hanging out. Now, she like then like sets him down, gives him a hug. Now, you know better than that. So go on, go home, sleep it off. You can apologize to me in the morning, okay? Okay, Ina. Good. Have a good night, dearie. So yeah, what are y'all doing now? The day is yours. The night is yours. Y'all can explore a care if you want. Y'all can go to sleep. Y'all can really do whatever.
Well, I might do some exploring later, but at the moment I want to talk to Ida. I have no interest.
Your audio cut out.
Oh, sorry. I have no interest in a drink, but I'll give you a gold piece for a story.
Oh, what do you want to hear about?
Honestly, anything. Who was like the scariest person you had to take down? Like someone that really shook you to your bones.
That
Not
I had
even,
to
like,
meet,
powerful,
or I had
just
to
scary.
take. That I had to fight, or I had to take
like,
down.
in a confrontation. In any sort of confrontation. Maybe it was just an argument.
Oh, absolutely, Leah.
But
you can keep the gold on that story, darling. It's absolutely Leafiel. So, Amelie, you would actually know, just because of the fact that, again, your teachings, Leafiel is the head of the state-sponsored guild in Yulari, and she is considered one of the most powerful magic users in the world. She's the moon speaker of the noble wolves.
wow, so it wasn't even on a job, it's just a guild leader.
Yulari's not... Leah's not exactly the easiest person to get along with. And on top of that, she kind of... Alpha is a little bit of an appropriate word here. I promise you I'm not trying to make a pun with the whole wolves thing, but she likes everyone to know that she's in charge. And, let's just say I pressed my luck a little bit too much one day. I'm good. Leah's a goddamn monster. I would be surprised if anyone short of Arcus could go toe-to-toe with her. Maybe your Mage Con.
Keep that in mind. Maybe the Mage Con, huh?
Mm-hmm. He's the only other person I would think that could... Well, other than the Dragon Lord, but other than that, I would take Leah. I would bet on Leah in most places, in most fights. Around that damn staff.
I'm gonna have to meet this Leah at some point in time. Maybe she can teach me a spell or two. So she doesn't take apprentices, I get it. I guess.
Oh, she does.
Oh.
Just only elves.
Well, I have pointy ears. I can put on a little concealer.
Dearie. I would not advise trying that one. You're gonna be barking up the wrong tree all day, and then she may turn you into one just because of the fact that you annoy her.
Fair enough.
Or she'll deem you as annoying her or something like that. I can never understand the woman. But hey, again, I have to respect her and what she can do. I mean, hell, when you kill a adult sapphire dragon in solo combat, and then kill the leader of your nation because he was a right prick, ending a war in the process, kinda gotta respect the results.
No doubt. That's why I was hoping I could learn something, but oh well.
Yeah.
I'll find someone else. Maybe Melina. I think she's got a lot that she could teach me, especially about starting fires.
Melina's not as much of a burn as much of a how do I say this? Quieter way of doing it. I will have to say it. Love that woman like a daughter. She's mischievous, and she gets into trouble
Aren't
sometimes.
We all a little?
But you've met Melina. You know what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I do. But Yeah. We
And-
don't all set people on fire? No, I'm the only one here? Stop looking at me like that.
I just bumped
Honey,
the
when
door.
you walked in, I suplexed someone. I nearly suplexed someone through a table. It's not out of the ordinary in our profession. Adventurers are basically life's way of giving a constructive job to the misfits, outcasts, and blissful hopefuls of the world. Eventually, if you live long enough, you get to retire to something cushy like this. If not, you get to retire 6 feet under. Kind of how the job goes.
Most people get to retire though, right?
What do you think?
Right? Are you my
It's
cookie?
it's literally a honey, I know you're trying to just be hopeful, but one tip, if I can give, if you take an old woman's tip here, someone who's been there and done that, try not to get in over your head. I've seen a lot of people come and go who have, and I saw them come in the door. I didn't get to see what was left of them come back. Eventually, you kind of just realize that you have to approach the world with a realistic point of view. Everybody has their moment. Mine was, well, Leah, honestly. Mord's was, well, kind of the same moment. It's just more of having to sit by and watch. I don't think Argus has ever hit that point yet. I'm not sure that Melina has either. They're good. They're better than either of us were.
I don't know
There's
how
not
true
a
that is.
there's not a day that goes by that I don't worry about them, though. But hopefully, I won't have to worry nearly as much about the five of you as I do about them.
Let's hope.
For your sakes, I hope so. So, anything else you like? Oh, do you like theory?
I think I'm good. Other than maybe a map, something I can carry around on my person, memorize if I need to.
I actually don't have any here. If you want, there's a general store over on Malt Street, two streets over, down, say to the south. If you
Good
go
idea.
there, you can go to the Water's Edge store. It's run by this lovely woman named Gwen. It's such a sweetheart. You can tell her that we sent you, and then she'll get you set up with a map. You of course still have to buy it. But not everybody gives everything out here free to adventurers.
Of course not. And I do have money I'm willing to spare. If people are willing to help me, then I ought to compensate.
then you'll get along just fine in a care. Everybody's always
Good.
willing to help everybody out, but occasionally they do expect a little bit of help in return.
I do like my favors. I do like my payment.
Me, again, the free cookies and stuff in the free rooms is more of because I know y'all are only going to be here for the one night. Sia will, as I see it here, we'll have y'all's room set up by tomorrow, I imagine. And then Sia says, yeah, they're getting done right now, but they won't be done tomorrow morning, so. You know, it still weirds me out whenever you do the telepathy thing. You know that, right? As Sia starts to like levitate her book again, Ina like grabs it. Honey, what have I told you about doing that stuff in my bar? Sorry, Ina.
It's
Wait.
just magic.
No, you're not.
Are we not allowed to do magic in here?
No, it's just that normal spell casting I'm used to. You don't do it with the adventurers. She's too good at telepathy and telekinesis, and she can kind of just do it offhandedly. And it weirds me out a little bit. And again, no offense, none taken, Ina.
I mean, my fire magic is kind of the same. I can't necessarily control if I set a bush on fire. Well, I could control my temper, but this is a different conversation.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's just again, I've been at this a long time. I've never met a telepath quite like Sia. There's a reason she's at the top of her class, say at a carrying college. Third. Dear, it's close enough. Stop being so humble and get the stick out of your ass. Sorry.
Um,
So, anybody else have anything? If you're looking for any restaurants, any
I
cuisine
was
you want,
wondering,
anything like that?
are there any fighting pits in here?
Official ones?
Unofficial ones?
Well, there's the training area at the guild hall,
Something
which
tells me you could start your own.
oh, I would definitely be the person who would run the thing. Uh, hmm, hmm. I know what you were just thinking,
If you want your
and that's
first fighter,
fucking hilarious.
if you want your first fighter,
No, not like that. I'm making a joke, dearie. No, pit fighting is not encouraged. We prefer more organized competitions around here rather than like true
come on,
pit
that's
fighting.
boring.
It's more of like a boxing or martial arts kind of thing. And usually you can find one down. There's a couple training yards around the city. The River Watches is always open for members of the guild, so you can always spar there with someone if you want. But nothing like what you'll see in Galrin. Sorry, honey.
Boring.
Have you seen Barley Street?
Yeah, but
I would call that
fight.
anything but boring.
Yeah,
As in,
I
like,
wanna-
she points outside, and you'll see, like, somebody getting sloshed. You'll see, like, somebody basically, like, just downing a whole fucking cake.
Yeah, but I don't. That's not fighting.
No, but I think most people
I-
would prefer that. And she points over, and there's, like, some woman who's, like, obviously sloshed, like, just, like, full-on flashing, like, half the street is now a guard is walking over. It's like, okay, like, put him away.
It's a little common here. I think I'm going to step outside and get some fresh air.
Fair enough.
Man, I just want to fight some people. Bar says as he like downs his beer.
Well, then again, your friend say Josaku here tomorrow. You said that you were gonna fight Argus,
Yes.
so I have to see uh, what in tears name possessed you to do that?
I wish to see how I hold up.
Wish to see how you hold up against the greatest swordsman in the world.
Yeah.
Well, you've got balls. I'll give you that. Respectable. Just make sure he doesn't bring Godrazor into it.
Oh, I already have.
Didn't he say he was not going to use God Rays against you?
Good. If he did, I'd kick his ass. Not fair. Seeing a sword with literally God in the name. How is that supposed to be fair for anybody trying to spar against him? All right. Wait, Ina, can you help me back here in the kitchen? 1 second, Quincy. Well, dearies, if you don't mind, I have to go help out. Dinner rush is gonna head. I say he's gonna be here before I know it, and then we'll be slammed. So I better go help him out. Again.
Sounds good.
You want to? Enjoy your stay. She goes up and walks away. See, looks over. Isn't she the best?
Very nice.
Again, she's like, I don't know. I didn't expect there to basically be a kung fu grandma of the guild.
A drunk kung fu grandma at that too.
Oh yeah, no, she can down it. Like, if it wasn't for Misha, Ina would be the sturdiest drunk I know.
Who's Misha?
Misha is the leader of the Desert Rats of Renodavia. She's their one. She's the other. She's probably the only person in the world who hates Vanna as much as Melina.
Would I know who that is?
Probably not.
Mhm.
No, I don't think any of you would know like who Misha is. But yeah, no, Misha like. Good God. Moving on though. Again, I think I'm gonna head back to the guild hall. Finish up some paperwork before I turn in for the night. Well, I'll see you all later. Oh, and Josaku,
Yes.
try not to take the blows head on. Try to dodge as well as you can. No offense, he's got a lot of size on you.
Will do.
Enough. So there you go, guys. And she then uses like the telekinesis to shut the door. I saw that, Sia! As you see, like outside, Sia howls laughing as she walks off. All right, everyone. Again, the evening is yours.
I think what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to drop off my jacket and my trident in my room. And I'm going to ask the group. I'm planning on just going and walking around the like nearby streets and see if there's anything interesting that pops up. If anyone wants to join me, and if not, I'm just gonna like head out.
I'll join you in the case there's any fishing spots nearby.
That's fair.
Probably already started looking for this bookshop.
So you
this Gwen character.
So you've already left, right?
Yeah, I stepped outside a minute ago.
Okay, so I'll say you've been walking around for about 10-15 minutes. She told you it'll be over on Malt Street, so it'd take you about that long to just walk over there. You see again the rowdy streets. Okay. Most of it is actually not nearly as rowdy as Barley Street. It's almost like everything else is a lot more peaceful, and then Barley Street is an absolute clown fiesta. Like, it's just excessively over the top on Barley Street. Everything else around it is kind of like, a little bit more peaceful. Like, you're seeing, like, like people just doing their shopping, heading home from work. Eventually, you do happen upon a store outside that says, say, near the water, that says The Water's Edge General Store.
All right. Thank goodness I didn't have to roll to find this thing. I'd probably be lost forever.
Nah, it's a pretty sizable, it's a pretty sizable, how should I say this? It's a pretty sizable building. Like, you could, like, once you got, like, to Malt Street, you could see it a fair ways. I could
probably, see the sign or something.
Yeah, you could see the sign a fair ways away. There are, like, several buildings that are just, like, a little bit taller, a little bit more prominent. It's kind of like, again, walking downtown in a major city. Certain buildings just stand out a little bit more, and those are usually the ones that are, like, more frequented. And this is one where you could tell, like, you just see people going in, out, in, out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah, I could. It was kind of funny. I'm thinking about a trip I took, and I could recognize all the restaurants by the flow of customers and so on.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, you want. So you're walking into the Water's Edge.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, you walk in and then you see basically it is exactly what you would expect from a general store. You see, vegetables and various cooking supplies on one side. You see more practical stuff on the other. You see like a couple books, a couple like fabrics and whatnot. Not really anything like magical, but more like just basic stuff that people would like, just kind of need. But again, it's a pretty sizable building. Think about the size of like you ever seen like one of those like Walmart grocery stores, like the ones that are like just grocery, not the other stuff?
The neighborhood markets?
Yeah, like a Walmart neighborhood market. Yeah, it's about like the same size.
Yeah, those buildings are pretty. Yeah,
like a smaller one. It's about the size of like a smaller one of those. like
Okay.
where it's big enough that like you could tell this is like a fair sized store, but
Yeah.
and this is probably like the general like grocery store of the area, but it's not like like modern level massive.
I'm already interested in that map. I'm thinking about getting some cooking utensils for the trip. Some better ones than we already have. The equipment is surprisingly important, and some fabric for repairing my clothes, or potentially making new ones if I feel like it.
All right. As you're starting to wander around, you see, so you're walking around, and then you see this human woman, mid-40s, blonde hair, like a perpetual smile on her face. Oh, y'all take care. Oh, hello. You must be new around here.
How could you tell? I just give her my biggest, toothiest smile.
Everybody comes to the water's edge, and I would notice someone as colorful as you. Love your hair.
Thank you. My goodness, it's always the hair.
It's just so. I imagine you've gotten that a lot today.
Pink? Yes.
Well, yes, it's like.
Not that I mind.
Well, if you don't mind, by the way, I'm Gwen. Welcome. I'm the owner here at the water's edge. It's.
I've heard that name before. Are you at all familiar with Ina? I believe she owns a bar nearby.
Oh, Ina. Yes, she's so
And,
sweet. Also has a mean right hook.
Gem. Absolute gem.
Also has
I'm
a
sorry,
mean
could you
right
repeat
hook. Has a mean
Oh,
right
yeah.
hook.
Oh yeah. She made sure we knew.
Yes, but yeah. Again, it's just with the Kalishtar around. I don't know if you've met any Kalishtar, but their hair can come in all kind of colors, but they're mainly only more. How should I say this? Without trying to sound rude, more basic colors, like your basic
Neutral?
blues. That's a great way to say that, dearie. And reds, blues, streaks of yellow, things like that. So, what can I help you find?
I was wondering if I could get my hands on a map of art of a care, something that I could just, get my bearings around here. It's a pretty big place. The greatest place, supposedly.
They love to say the world's greatest city. It's there's a little bit of pride where the city is concerned. Every capital city in the world will tell you that, dear. I'm sure. I'm assuming you are. I'm assuming you lived in Sprinfall.
Sevlin. Selvin? Is it Selvin? Is it Selvin?
Sevlin.
Thank you. I wrote it down as
so
Selvin. I need to change that.
So had you ever been to Thorn?
I visited.
I've heard that they say the same thing there about their city, and I imagine you would
yes,
find the
they're very
same
proud of
thing in
their
Alamus.
magic and their ruler.
Oh, I imagine so. But again, I imagine you'd find something like that in every capital city. Uste, Alamus. Maybe not Mirk
I see.
Torlat, but everywhere else. So,
I'm sorry. I hear a faint.
At a point,
I'm sorry. I forgot that was life support. I'm sorry.
worries.
Anyway, DM, could you repeat that question?
she says like, "Are you just looking for a map?" Because she walks you over to a map area and like she hands you to one. It's about a small like one of those those little like tourist maps that cost you
yes.
like 25 cents at your average booth, things like
Yeah.
that. It looks kind of like that, and it looks kind of like what's on your screen right now.
Okay, that's
It's what? I'm
that's
sorry.
a pretty good map. I'm sorry. Lordy, I need to change my key bindings. I've got it as a shift key, and it keeps opening tabs.
Yeah, shift is like one of the worst things to do for push to talk. If one suggestion, insert is a very good key.
Huh. Yeah, now that I think about it, I've never used insert for anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody ever uses insert for anything, and all it really does is it's just the opposite of delete. And if there's nothing to insert, it doesn't do anything. So it makes for a very good push to talk key. So,
Fair enough.
Is
Yeah,
it-
that's a
it-
good idea.
is it just the map, or is there anything else I can interest you in tonight?
Potentially any cooking utensils, pots, pans. Really good ones too. Like it's
Really good ones.
copper preferably.
Copper. Okay, I can definitely do that. I won't be able to get.
If you have anything enchanted, that would be fabulous. But somehow
Oh.
I
don't.
somehow I doubt it.
I don't quite have that. I'm sorry. It's
Unfortunate, but that's fine.
yeah. I more cater to the, a little bit to everybody, and I won't have like the finest places. I think you'd have to go down to. You'd probably have to go down to the Bellows Breath, and they would give you some of the better, forged cookware there if you're looking for like the really high end stuff.
Interesting.
But you'd probably
thank
pay
you.
like the high end prices there. If you're looking for something as
I'm
simple as
willing
copper,
to, but
so if you're looking for something as simple as copper, I definitely have some very quality pans of those.
well, never mind. Never mind the pans. How about fabric?
Fabric that I can also definitely do. And she walks
It
you over,
doesn't
and there's
have
like,
to be enchanted. Just has to be nice.
and you see it's like it's some solid fabric. It's not like like super high end. You get to like again like this is much more of like a general store meant to appeal to everybody. This isn't like a super high class thing.
Is this real diamond dust? Fake diamonds break me out.
You're joking. I almost believe that for a moment there, darling. All right. So, anything other than the cloth and the map?
No, I think that'll be it for today. Thank you very much.
If you are looking to cook, though, I just got in a new shipment of spices. you'd like to
Ooh,
look
that
at them.
I might be interested in. Yes, that I might be interested in.
So she walks you over, and there's actually like a pretty like wide variety here. Like the grocery part is definitely bigger than
Ooh.
like the general part. And when she's saying like a new shipment, she wasn't kidding. It's like an entire like shelf full of like various spices. A couple are on the like the pricey side, but most of them are. You could see it's affordable portions of things like this. Some has paprika, basil, salt, pepper. The works.
I'll see if I can grab a little bit of everything.
All right. And is that going to be it for you today, dearie?
Yes, unless you can persuade me to spend any more of my money, it's not that hard.
With these pots and pans you mentioned, are you going to be traveling with these?
A lot, yes.
I would definitely recommend the copper as opposed to some some forged things, because the forged ones, while they are fantastic quality in terms of producing like the highest end flavors and whatnot, they tend to be more demanding in their care. These are, and she points you over to some like standard style car pants, but you can tell like again they're solid. They're not like like top shelf like Oneida or I don't really know cookware. All I know is Oneida. But like the top end stuff, but it's like these will do you much better because also if say something happens while you're out and about, say that
This is true. This
it
is
falls
fair.
out, it's much easier to replace these and much easier to repair these than it is high end stuff.
Something tells me that my recently acquired tools will not be willing to help me mend my fancy potwares. I think I'll have to do that on my own. Yes, I'll take the copper ones, thank you.
Fantastic. All right, and if that's it for you, hold up, I gotta remember this fucker's name. Liam, could you?
It's not Gwen, is it?
No, Liam, could you help this young lady out? And I never did catch her name.
Amelie.
Amelie.
Rotier.
Rotier. Like.
Perhaps I shouldn't have said that.
Like Rotier Vineyards? Rotier?
It might be one and the same. I can neither confirm nor deny. I will say I get a lot of my you were admiring my hair. I do get it from my mother.
Your wines, your family's wines are exquisite, I must say. And it was lovely to meet you, Lady Amelie. and then she like goes back to off to help another customer. The stock boy rings you up. Between all the pans, the spices, and all that, I'll say, let's say for everything, it is about. I'm trying to think of like how to put this up. Let's just say because you got a bunch of like solid cookware and all that. Let's just say it's 1 gold piece.
Oh, I kind of realized that we
For
already have
everything?
Remember that like the value of money? It's like
1 gold is a shitload of money.
I say yeah,
fair enough.
one gold. Think about like 1 gold is like $100.
Like we have
Okay.
we have more money right now than most peasants will ever.
Yeah, like you'll literally win out and basically like stop the thing. Again, adventuring pays good. It's just also that the shit y'all gotta spend money on
It's
is
hella
also
expensive.
expensive because the people that make it know you'll make the money.
Right.
God damn capitalism.
So yeah, well, actually, come to think of it, you got how many pots and pans did you get?
Probably just two pots and 2 pans.
2 pots and 2 pans. What would you say about like 5, 6 things of the spices?
Oh yeah, like I said, one of everything that they had to offer.
Okay, in that case, we'll actually mark it at we'll actually mark it at about 12 silver instead.
I only have gold. Give me a second.
So what you'll do is mark off 2 gold and then move your silver to 8. Because it is 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold, 10 gold to a platinum. And nobody fucking uses Electrum, so neither are we.
Never understood why they used Electrum too.
Why the fuck does Electrum exist?
It's such a weird conversion rate because everything is like other than copper, which is everything is 10 to 10 essentially.
Except for Electrum, which is like it's like 5 gold, right?
Isn't Electrum specific to like one setting?
Electrum is 1 gold is 2 Electrum pieces, which is weird because like 1 silver is 10 copper, 1 gold is 10 silver, 1 platinum is 10 gold. Like it goes up. It's always in tens, except Electrum.
I think Electrum is which I don't remember which setting Electrum is, but I know like it was introduced, but then a lot of people like still like swear by it that like it needs to be used. But the community at large is just like, why the fuck was this ever even introduced? Okay, but yeah, did you mark off the silver off your character sheet, Pod?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, cool. With that, you go out. You've got your stuff. You are free to head back to the Rivers Runner if you want. You are free to go shopping. The night is yours, but for the moment, I'm actually gonna move back over to the guys. Just that way, like,
yeah, of course,
spread out a little bit. Boys, what y'all doing tonight? Let's start with Finn.
I'll probably just follow those guys and see if I can find like a temple on the way when we're walking around.
All right. And is everybody going together?
I was planning on going out. I know Jose is following me and Finn. I'm not sure about Kaba.
Life. What's Kaba doing?
I wonder if Life knows.
Oh, sorry. Kaba is following.
Kaba's following, right? Okay, yeah. Y'all walk the streets. Are y'all just like wandering?
Yeah, my plan was just to wander until I found something that.
Are y'all staying on Barley Street, or are you just like actually like roaming around?
My plan was to roam around like the nearby streets.
Roaming around. Okay, so yeah, again, as soon as y'all same thing as with Amelie, as soon as y'all get off Barley Street, you know, like you could tell it's like it's a much more peaceful thing. It's much more like how you expected like most cities to do. For players, if you can't tell, Akare is partially based on New Orleans. I didn't even realize that until today, but it is, and I made Barley Street, not even realizing I made an allegory to Bourbon Street. So yeah, like again, like think about this city as New Orleans, and Barley Street is Bourbon Street. So yeah, like off Bourbon Street, it's much more like a peaceful town. There'll still be like occasional like somebody partying here and there, but like nothing nearly as bad. You'll occasionally like walk past somebody playing music. Finn, what kind of temple or place of worship are you looking for?
A Temple of Ilmater
Of
specifically.
Ilmater. Okay. Um, roll me a perception check with this one. Because whereas like Amelie got specific directions, you did not ask about if there was any around. Let me look at the roll. 13. Okay. So as you'll start to wander around, oh no, are you like actively looking for it, or are you just kind of like as y'all are wandering?
Just as we're wandering, not like super actively, but
All right. Are you okay if we come back to that in a second then?
yeah, for sure. I just wanted to do ease of because I figured we're all gonna be going out, you know.
Yeah. Everybody's going out tonight. At this point, like when y'all like finally get like out of the Rivers Runner, it's probably about like 4:30. It's everybody's like starting to like get into like the nighttime bustle. Amelie's been gone for like 15 minutes or so. Uh, Varys, Jisaku, and Kaba, y'all looking for anything in particular around? Because I imagine y'all are leading the way.
Oh,
Fishing spot.
You're looking for fish spot. Okay, so uh, as you get near the river, you do see signs that say no fishing in the river.
Dreads.
So like think about it like this, where this is also the river that everybody uses for travel and trade. So this deep in it, there's probably next to no fish in this water anyway. Just because again, it's like so heavily traveled and everything that it's probably like spooked all the fish away over like the thousands of years that this city has existed. In addition to the fact that there's probably parts of infrastructure of the city running underneath it. Again, just like kind of how the Mississippi does through New Orleans. Uh, this would not be a good place to fish, even if there were fish, basically.
Darn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just hanging out with them then.
Yeah. I don't think Varus is looking for anything in particular. He's looking to see, like, he's really getting a lay of this city and to see if anything interesting pops up.
Yeah, again, y'all passed a couple of the stores and whatnot that y'all did earlier. Again, tailors, blacksmiths, any kind of store you want. Eventually, y'all have been out and about, let's say about 30. Oh, are y'all heading north? Or which way do y'all think y'all are heading? Because y'all are about, let me pull it up on my end and I'll show you where you guys are. So, this, I need to swap my freaking, what layer am I on? I need to go here. Y'all are about here. Say that's where the guild hall is. So this like long curvy street up here that like goes from like that I'm like mousing over the entire way.
Yeah.
That is Barley Street. The Broken Table and Rivers Runner are closer to over here. Not like at the end of the street, but like not in the middle of it. Which saying the general store is about right over say like right over here. Just to say like about where like Amelie is.
Hmm.
You're still within like the quote unquote like city walls. Again, it's a big city, so y'all could walk around all night and still not explore the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what direction we would go. I guess wherever the river was, in whatever direction that was, I guess, just because Chisaku wanted to go fish.
All right, so yeah, well, then let's say from there y'all are gonna go down here, and you'll see a couple places around. You see a big, what appears to be like a general store off on the side, but you'll get to the water, and it does say, no fishing.
Actually, I had a question, Hyper.
What's up?
Where is the docks? Would I know where the docks were?
I'll say yes. The docks are basically like right up here, like at the mouth of the river, like more towards the city's edge. Like this is more of like a dock district, and like everything will like funnel down here into the city. The docks aren't in the city walls.
So yeah, it's a ways up then.
Yeah, it's a ways up. Y'all would have to walk like another like 30 minutes to an hour to get up there.
Yeah, no, then that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I probably would go to take a look at it if it was closer.
Yeah, and also like don't think of this as like true walls. Like it's basically like open gates and everything. Like you're in the center of one of the largest countries in the world. They're not worried about anything. So yeah, y'all are over here. Which way you want to go?
Up to
Lead
you
the
guys. I'm
way.
fine with anything.
Say what?
What'd you say? Was it?
Lead the way.
I mean, where do you guys want to go? I'm fine going anywhere.
You were the one that was leading, though.
I just want to go explore.
You got it.
Pick a direction. Ed.
Okay, you said we were here, right, Hyper?
Yeah, you boys look lost.
And did someone say that?
Yeah, y'all it's basically like y'all turn around and you'll see a guy who basically wearing like the tapestry of like one of the guards of the area. Y'all don't look like you're from around here, and y'all look lost as hell.
We're exploring.
Fair enough. Looking for anything in particular?
Not really. I'm just looking for anything interesting, just wandering around. I don't know.
Define
Um,
interesting.
I don't know, something that pops out. I don't know, catches my eye. I just got used. I'm just like looking around.
Fair enough. I mean, hell, if you want interesting, there's always Barley Street. But if abject insanity isn't your thing, or tits everywhere isn't your thing, which fair enough, not for everybody. You probably head to a more quiet part of town, across the river. Nearest bridge is like 5-minute walk that way, and he points like down towards like this area. It'll get you across. More quiet restaurants. There's church district over there, so it's much more like family friendly area, if that makes sense. If you want more rowdy shit, again, Barley Street over towards the Guild Hall, and southeast of that, you'll find much more of where everybody's gonna go hang out. That's more of like the more lively area of town. Yeah. Unless you're looking for anything specific, that's the best I got.
I look at other guys. Do you guys want to go see anything in particular?
Lead the way.
uh,
I'm not particular.
you know what? I just pick a fucking. We'll go west. I said I just point
We'll go
west.
west?
And I just done what?
Okay. Well, if you don't need any help, just ask one of the guards. Everybody's friendly and they care. Well, almost everybody. Just if you see a 7-foot redhead
Already met him.
with a what? Okay, cool. You met. He didn't see your badges. Oh, cool. You know Melina. For the love of God, don't tell her I said that. But she scares me.
She scares a lot of people.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Well, other ones who got to work with her. All right. Have fun, boys.
I thank him, and I
Thank
have
you.
starting towards west. He would be fine.
All right. And y'all go across the bridge.
Okay.
So as they all go one direction, I try to slink away and head towards the church district.
So they're actually heading in the direction of the church district.
Yeah, but I'm trying to go a different way so they don't see where I'm going.
So regardless of which way you go, you'll have to cross a bridge. Because it is on the east side or on the west side. At least that's what the guard told you.
Okay, I'll wait for a bit then.
Okay.
And then try to break away.
So you'd say you would start to break away about here.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can tell that like there are the buildings that look more like churches, more like homes and stuff off to the north. Varus, Jisaku, and Kaba, you'll see more like towards like the southwest. You see more of like restaurants, couple like stores. You see like people playing a little bit more like toned down music, whereas over on Barley Street it was more like very upbeat jazz. You saw like people tap dancing on the street, like again, like think New Orleans and the hustle and bustle. This is more like the French Quarter at night, where or the French Quarter in the morning, where it's much more like peaceful kind of thing, except for at nighttime. Finn, roll me a. Given the fact that you're at a back, roll me a stealth check with advantage.
Give me a second to find my tab.
You're good. Yeah, nobody notices you slipping away. And y'all completely don't even notice that Finn is gone.
And just slinks away.
Ooh.
So I will start with Finn here. Finn, you head up to the church district, and eventually you do see a building with the Hand of Ilmater on a sign that is out front.
Is there any like priests around or anything?
Not outside, no.
Does it look like it's open for worship?
It does. There's lights off. There's lights on inside. There's like people around. It's not late. It's like given how y'all are going up, it's about like 5:15, give or take.
All right, I'm gonna head inside and look to see if there's like a place where you go to worship.
Yeah. You walk in and there's an altar. There's various things. You see a couple priests in robes around. A couple people kind of just off to one side. One of them doesn't see. Hello. Welcome to the House of Ilmater. I'm Brother Jared. How are you?
Hello. Is the temple open for worship?
Yes. Ilmater's home is always open for those who need it.
Thank you. And then I just nod at him and just go to like, I guess, was it an altar or where would I go to pray?
Think like your stereotypical, like, you ever seen the pictures of like smaller Southern Catholic churches where like like there's the altar, there's like the pews, but like there's also like the little areas on the side where like people can all go off and like pray and shit alone.
Gotcha. All right, I go to one
It
of
looks
those.
kind of like that. It's a decent sized building, but it's not like massive. It's not nearly as big as like the Guild Hall, or the size of like, because the Broken Table and the Rivers Runner are a pretty big building when combined. It's not nearly that big. It's more of like you can tell it's much more humble.
Hey, I go to and I just say a quick prayer to Ilmater.
All right. You pray to your to Ilmater, and what else would you like to do?
So after that, is there like an alms box?
Yeah, there is. There's like a donations alms box.
I drop a gold on my way out, and then I try to catch up with everybody.
There is a priest isn't the word. I'm trying to think of what the name is for like priest in training. I don't remember, but standing next to the box, and he says like, "Thank you for your donation towards those, say to help aid the suffering of others.
We endure, and then I leave.
We endure." And yep. Okay. Roll me a perception check. This one is not with advantage. Okay, 14. All right, guys. Josaku, Kava, and Varys. What you doing, boys?
Bear's got it.
I'm bored. I want to fight someone right now.
Roll me a perception check.
And I say that out loud to the group too.
I'm always willing to spar.
14. Let's see. My perception is 16.
16. Okay. So, you do see, actually nearby, there is a small area that says, Jameson's Training Grounds. That you hear some metal clanking, and you can see that behind a small fence, there are two guys that are fighting, that are sparring with, practice weapons there.
Wanna go take a look, Josaku?
Sure.
Kaba, you following them?
No, I'll just tell them I'm heading to find Finn. Since this is missing.
You just noticed he's missing. Okay, so they walk in. We'll get back to your thing in a sec. Kaba, boys, Josaku and Varus, y'all walk in. There is a half orc standing there. It's like, oh, boys, what you in for?
I look at Josaku and I'm like, you want a spa?
Yes.
If you guys wanna have a little spa, I was wondering if there was any space we could use.
Yeah, go for it. Y'all using y'all's gear, or do y'all need to rent some practice gear?
Well, we have our own weapons.
All right. Just he taps a sign behind him, and it's got like rule 1. You spill it, you clean it, and it's got like a little like graphic of blood. Rule 2. Anybody dies, it's your ass, not mine. Rule 3. Don't be the fucker who dies.
And I look at Josaku and I'm like, do you want to do hand-to-hand combat, Josaku? That way we
Yeah,
don't worry about
that
cleaning
sounds
stuff
good.
up. Right?
Rule 1 still applies.
Sounds good.
Go for it in there. Oh, almost forgot. How long do y'all think I'm gonna be in there?
Hawanka?
I can understand what you're saying. Yeah, I would say it's like basically saying it's like I would say it's like yeah, I would say it's just renting time for like the training grounds and whatnot.
Yeah.
Got to keep the lights on somehow.
I'm trying to figure out how long do you think it'll take, Josaku? 30 minutes?
Probably less.
Probably. Let's book it for 30.
Looking for 30? Okay, that's 2 copper each.
I toss some 2 copper.
All right.
Likewise.
All right, boys, have fun. Just remember to follow rule 1.
Yep.
All right. You'll go in. It's a simple training ground. You see that basically each of the little areas are separated by a medium-sized fence. It's about up to shoulder high for Varus between like each training ground. You see like 2 over is some guy practicing his archery. Next to y'all are 2 guys. Say the 2 guys that y'all saw like sparring with the training swords. While y'all are doing this, Kaba, I need you to roll me a perception. Actually, no. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Because you are specifically looking for Ooh, okay. So you're looking around. You just realized that Finn ran off, and you have no idea how long he's been gone. You're kind of just standing there. You start standing there for about 5-10 minutes. Think like, okay, where did we come from? Which way did they do that? You're a little bit turned around because it's still a new city for you. But luckily for you, not only I'll say, if this had been Josaku who had stayed behind, or Varus, the DC on this would have actually been much higher. But given the fact that Kava stands out on a crowd with his white armor and his bleach blonde hair, Finn, you actually managed to find Kava fairly easily, standing outside of a place called Jameson's Training Grounds.
I walk up beside him and I go, who are we looking for?
You.
Oh, well, you found me.
Do you want to get into the training grounds as well? Varus and Josaku are having a little warm-up fight there.
It'll probably be worth a watch, right?
At the sound of him mentioning Josaku and Varus, you hear a loud grunt that sounds like somebody is throwing haymakers.
Oh dear.
Are we gonna need to roll initiative?
Nope, not like that. All right. With that, oh dear, Varus and Josaku. What you doing, boys?
I think we set some ground rule, right, Josaku? We don't want to knock each other unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fists, no weapons. Now that means we're gonna deal with blood.
And you see, they have a bench for an unused weapons bench.
I can just go with fists. Probably easier. Up to you as well. And
Fists are
not,
good.
and then not close to unconsciousness, but not actually unconscious, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, I'm good to go whenever then.
All right, boys. So now you two can roll me initiative.
Yeah, and it's fine if I can't do it before. But as I'm getting ready to start the fight, like before we roll initiative, can I start my rage?
You motherfucker. Yes, you can.
I'm gonna start my rage.
You are cheating this man.
Oh.
Hey, I just want a gunfight. And like, I love it. The only reason
Spoiler alert! You're literally throwing hands against a swordsman here.
he's not fighting. He can throw hands. And the only reason actually, to be fair, I can go with fists, and then Josaku, if you want, you can take a weapon.
No, I'll go with fists as well.
All right. You know what? To be fair, I'll start my rage on my turn. How about that?
That's more fair. Because
Right,
also,
right.
man, half damage. Come on, bro.
I have yes. Josaku, you have the high initiative. Mine is 8.
Okay. So, Josaku, you're up. We'll say
I'll
that.
knock him out.
By the way, we'll say that the goal is 5 HP.
I'll just go in quick. My unarmed strike.
Okay. Given the fact that yours is faster, I will actually let you roll it. If instead of your strength, roll me a dexterity. Make it a dexterity roll instead of a straight up unarmed strike roll.
That's it.
Okay.
Your damage will still score.
Bro, just fucking crit me.
Okay, yeah, we'll take the crit. Okay, so all right. I'm still gonna make the damage scale with your strength though. The to hit will be your dexterity, just because you're more of a fast fighter. But still, when you hit someone, it's gonna be your strength that's gonna be do it.
Mhm.
So Varys, take with that one, because it is a crit, take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
So he lost
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, as I take it, I'm like, oof, that's a good punch, Josaku.
That's all I throw.
All right. You know what's funny also is that he didn't even use any of his samurai shit that could absolutely
Yeah.
give him advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Varys, you're up.
You trying to attack us, man?
Okay, I was about to say,
Kill.
Phil.
Oh, Phil's trying to kill. Yeah, I will go into a rage.
All right, you are raging now.
And unarmed strike is just my normal unarmed strike.
Yeah, yours will scale with your strength. So
yeah, 17 plus 6.
2 plus 6. Yeah, that hits, right, Josaku?
Yeah. Yeah.
You take 7 points of damage.
Oof.
Fuck.
And that's my turn.
Y'all, this ain't fucking
All right.
fair. You're up, Josaku. Spoiler. Hey, hyper to Jose. You might want to use fighting. I will let you use fighting spirit on these if you want. I know fighting spirit says only weapon attacks, but given the fact you're up against a raging barbarian,
Your
you
hands
kind of
are
need
a
all of the
weapon.
advantage you get.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
down.
pop one.
Okay.
What does it do?
What it does is it gives him advantage on the attack.
Nice.
I hope you understand. Like, if you didn't rage, you wouldn't get it.
No, I'm fine with it. Like, I want Josaku to go all out on me.
I was like, yeah, you're raging.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Lawrence just wants a good fight.
Roll me a dexterity check. I would say a dexterity roll at advantage. You take 6 points of bludgeoning
Whoa.
damage, Varys.
You know what's the best? I'm glad you gave Josaku advantage because of rage. That's 3 points of damage.
Yeah, it is. Now do you see why I told him to give him the advantage on all those?
That's fair.
Yeah, it is. This shit ain't fair, motherfucker.
Okay.
The only way it would have been less unfair is if you were a monk.
Okay. So it's my. Are you done?
Yes, yes,
Also,
yes.
Jose, remember, if Hedge rolls high enough, you can actually force him to re-roll his attack roll with lucky.
Yeah.
Because you have all 3 of your lucky points.
I'm a little lucky.
I am gonna go ahead. That I rolled a 2 plus 6, 8. So I'm guessing that misses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to punch you again. That is a 18.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
That
fine.
one, because it is a the offhand strike, that one
But
will only do 1 damage.
I am a fighter. I have 2 weapon fighting.
Oh wait, shit, you are. So yeah, it does actually scale with your shit. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot that
So
that's
my
the reason
touch-
that you took the thing in fighter.
Yeah.
Yep,
So I got 5 points of damage.
yep, 5 points of damage.
Oh, that's my temporary HP, right? So.
Oh no,
I-
you don't have any temporary HP. All that other stuff that you had before, like temporary HP, like wears off.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, temporary HP wears off usually after about like 10 minutes or so, depending on the spell. So by my count, you should be at like 28 right now.
Yeah, exactly.
28. That's you. He should be at.
Wait, did you say? Because you said 5 on the second hit, but 7 on the first one. Which one is it? 5 or 7?
Sorry, it's 7 on the first hit and it's 7 on the second one because rage
Okay.
adds +2 to everything.
Then that is a 26. Then my bad.
Okay.
And this shit ain't fair. Josaku, you're up.
Hmm.
I would
Well,
highly
just-
advise to keep using fighting spirit.
Yeah, we're going with that. So, I'm gonna.
I'm waiting for
Look at-
the next crit. That hits.
Okay. So that one will actually only do because again because of that one will actually do 2 points of bludgeoning damage. So 1.
Good hits, Josaku. Keep him coming.
Yeah, I'm basically
make
I'm
sure
making
to.
it I'm making it where the crits will add your dexterity modifier to make this moderately fair.
That's. Is that all, Mr. Josaku?
Yes.
18.
That
Is
yeah.
that-
That,
You
that
can
hits.
you can make him
so-
re-roll it, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. 7 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then because of my bonus action, I'm going to take another punch.
Motherfucker.
Whoa.
That's 16 to hit.
16 meets beats. Dang.
That's another 7 points of damage.
Josaku is down to 12.
I can use second wind here, right?
Yes, you absolutely can, but you will not be able to get advantage on your attack as a result.
That's fine.
All right, roll me 1d10 plus 4. Now do y'all get why I was saying that Hedge was an asshole for this? Oh!
No.
Oh,
dude.
fuck you, Hedge.
Okay, in my defense, I actually thought Josaku, the fighter, was going to just punch me more.
No! He's a swordsman. It's not a
I
fighter that does the punching.
No,
It's barbarians
forgot.
and monks.
I forgot that you took this samurai subclass as well.
Yeah, no, Samurai's got jack shit for hand-to-hand combat, my guy.
Yeah, that is my bad. I forgot that. Oh.
That only makes this all the more thrilling.
No, the
Oh,
only
true.
the only subclass that is really good at like hand-to-hand combat is probably champion.
Yes. And monk is probably the best hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, monk would absolutely. If Josaku was a monk right now, he'd be kicking your ass. Like even with your reduced
So-
damage, he would be totally kicking your ass right now.
So I heal 5 and I can do something, right?
Yeah,
still
then
have your action.
you still have your attack.
Okay.
Okay, so about at this point, Kaba and Finn, you'll walk in. You basically tell Jameson behind the bar, say it's like we're literally just gonna go watch our friends beat the shit out of each other. He's like, okay, just make sure they're following rule 1, and you'll see the same sign that says it's like, don't bleed. If you kill someone, it's your ass. Don't be the dumbass who dies.
We'll make sure no one dies.
How much HP do you have?
I'm at 17.
Okay.
What
Is
are
it
you
my
at,
turn?
Hedge?
I'm at 34.
That's what I
So
thought.
60 something.
Oh.
I was also
Okay.
thinking, like, bro, you're literally challenging someone to a fist fight when the fist will guaranteed deal half fucking damage.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is what he does. He just punches people, and when he wants to punch people, he gets angry.
All right, roll. Let's say you rolled your attack. The 16 doesn't hit.
She does it, yes.
Okay, so take your 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Post raging reduce.
It's still 1.
No, yeah, the other thing is like the 1 is after the reduction. I had already accounted for it.
Okay.
All right, Varys, your turn. So Kava and Finn, y'all walk in and y'all see like Josaku's trying, but he's a little bit outside of his weight class.
I think this misses Jose because it's 12.
Yeah, I miss it.
And you see, like, the main way that Josaku is, like, managing to stick in this is the fact that he is noticeably faster than Varys. Varys is significantly stronger, but Josaku is significantly faster. Almost as fast as you are, Finn.
It is 11. 11 to hit. So I'm guessing that misses as well.
Yes.
That is my turn.
I fighting spirit once more.
Mm-hmm.
So I roll at advantage.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, nice. That hits.
That's all for me.
So yeah, that'll be 1 bludgeoning damage to you, Hedge.
Roll again. Ooh, that misses. It's an 8.
Yeah.
And a 12. I miss again.
Ooh.
Josaku's luck coming in, and he's not even using the lucky feat right now.
Nope.
All right, Josaku, you're up.
Hits. 1 point of damage. How many rounds has gone? Let me just count quickly.
I think 5 or 6.
1, 2, 3,
Kaba.
5, right? You said 5? How much do you think it is?
It's like 5. It's like 5 or 6 rounds.
Okay, because my rage lasts for 10 rounds.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna take. I want to keep track of that. Okay, 18.
Does hit.
7 points of damage.
Ooh, I'm a lucky that. Wait, can
Okay.
I?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
you can.
So you,
Okay.
it will actually make Hedge re-roll his attack roll, and he's got to take the new roll.
Just give me a second. 14.
Misses.
Nice. Okay, next attack.
Feels like watching a man try to chop down an oak tree with his bare hands.
17 plus 6.
Oh.
23.
Yes.
Oh.
I take
No,
it you're
no.
gonna luck that, right?
Yeah. Get that out of here. Get none of that.
I'll reroll again. Oh, it's a 2, so I miss.
Ooh.
The man's luck is
Josaku.
coming in.
Ooh.
Hey,
And
like,
you'll see, like, basically, like, if you'll see that kind of thing where, if you'll have ever seen that thing of, like, Ali doing, like, that thing where, like, that one guy's, like, swinging wildly, and, like, Ali is, like, just, like, bobbing and weaving around, that's basically Josaku around Varys right now. Like, you could tell that Varys started off by, like, just beating the shit out of Josaku. But Josaku's definitely gotten a rhythm, and Varus has started swinging wildly.
Guys,
Josaku, roll your attack. 16.
That hits.
Take your 1
1
point of damage.
Am I able to action surge?
Ooh, nice.
You absolutely are.
I almost saved that. And there.
Alright. Varus, you're up. And I'm surprised that you have not used your action surge yet.
I don't have action surge.
Yes, you do. Oh, no, you don't. You're right. Fighters get level 2. No, you're right.
Yes, I don't have action surge.
I was about to say.
No, yeah, I don't have action surge. Because I only took a level in fighter, like 1 level.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a
you get
19
fighting
to hit.
style and second wind.
That's a 19 Hougeki, so 13 roll plus 6.
Yeah, reroll that.
Okay. I missed that because that's a 2. And I will take my bonus action to hit.
Do me a favor with this one, because you've rolled like 3 or 4 2s in the past few rolls. Roll me this attack at disadvantage.
Okay. I think I missed it anyway because I rolled another 2.
Okay, then yeah, because at like this point, like you're starting to realize like Josaku's giving you a hell of a workout. You kind of came into this expecting it's like
No, I actually like I'm enjoying this because like I came into it having seen the way Josaku fought, thinking like I know I'm gonna punch hard, but he's gonna be hard to punch, and like Wars is enjoying this fight.
Well, remember the last time you guys were in a fight, he kind of did get knocked out by the handle of a Minotaur's axe.
Yeah, but it's also a Minotaur, so like I don't blame him. I almost got knocked out.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So Josaku, you're up.
I throw in another one.
That hits.
Go for it.
Let's go.
What are you at this point, Hedge?
29.
29.
Oh.
Oak tree, meet karate chop, man.
I missed. That's a 9. And bonus action. I miss again. That's a 2.
That's a 2. Okay. Josaku, you're up.
That
18.
hits. 1 point of damage. Josaku's gonna beat me up slowly by showing.
Beat you up over the course of the next 3 hours.
Yeah. I'm just gonna roll my attacks, the 2 attacks, and if you want to lucky one of them, just let me know.
I don't have any more.
Yeah, no, he's out.
I rolled a nat 20.
He rolled a natural 20. So, okay, as DM, if I was doubling the thing for Josaku, that's 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Josaku to you.
I don't think we need to. I think because
so
we don't need to double it.
Let me describe this motherfucker. Yeah. I've been sitting here for like 15 minutes listening to y'all fucking chip away 1 hit point at a time. I'm gonna describe this shit. So again, you do like the bob and weave with Josaku. You're like, okay, I got this. And then you like duck one way as Varus just utterly catches you across the chin with like a massive right leg cross, and it just sends you flying about 5 feet back. You like go spinning in the air, and like you land on the dirt, and you realize that's probably the place to stop.
Oh, good one.
I walk up and I like give my hand to Josaku to help pull him up, and I'm like, that was a good fight, Josaku. I feel like I was a bit unfair in your favor. I feel like if you had your swords, you were giving me a tough time. It would have been much more harder.
No, without the disadvantage, it would have been as thrilling.
But I feel like next time we do this, you get your swords.
At least give the kid some gloves or some brass knucks next time.
Yeah, maybe some brass knuckles, that might help you.
Yeah, as y'all see over by Jameson is holding up like some brass knuckles over by the door. It's like, not gonna lie, that was entertaining as hell. But you're right, yeah, that wasn't gonna go well for you no matter what, Imp.
You were pretty fast. It was getting hard to hit you there.
I relied too heavily on it.
And it's pretty good. I am still sweating.
Also,
I cannot
Jose,
get
roll me a d20. Oh, okay. So, I was hoping that would happen, but as you do it, you start to see out of the corner of your eye a little bit of red. You reach up and you touch your hair, and you realize that on that last hook, Varys might have landed a cut on your head. You might be. It's like, roll one.
He hasn't bled on the ground yet, as it says, like I grab a rag to help him wipe it off.
Thank you. I will
That's
be in
like-
need of Kava's assistance.
I quickly cast healing word on Josaku.
Roll me the healing word. By the way, I was the only way you were going to have any blood whatsoever was going to be a 5 or lower, and the only way you would actually have like one that was like pouring down blood in like a line down your head was if you rolled a natural 1. Otherwise, it would have been like a small like little trickle, but it would have been something where like if you touched it, it would have like stopped, and then it would have to like start trickle back down your face. But no, this is like where like a solid like centimeter wide line of blood went down your face. It's like Kaba puts his hand over, and it starts to seal up a little bit. There's like still like a little line there because he got you good, motherfucker. But it's not nearly as bad.
Josaku, you sure you still can fight Argus tomorrow?
I needed a fight like this.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he wants to fight Argus. We're part of the Overwatch, and he wants to fight Argus tomorrow.
Good luck with that one, kid.
Oh, I will definitely need it.
You don't have to tell me
People
that.
lucky.
You don't have to know me that. You'll need Lady Luck herself sucking you off to win that one. No offense.
Except- Oh, none taken.
I will say your speed was a pain in the ass, Josaku. Like, you were ducking and weaving. I could barely land a hit on you.
Oh, those punches were quite brutal.
And, I've thrown a few. It's the one thing I'm good at. Throwing punches. Ooh.
So, boys, anything you would like to do for the rest of the night?
I think probably get some food and some rest.
All right.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want, y'all can always go back. So there are various restaurants on the way. You can stop pretty much wherever. You can also go back to the Rivers Runner. It has, so there was food there, and Ina said that she was preparing for the dinner rush. If you're gonna get food and head back, Amelie, Pod, you still there? Cool.
Pod's gonna be off mic. Oh wait.
Oh, roommate asked you to keep it down. Okay, cool. That's no worries. Okay, Pod, what were you planning to do after the grocery run? We're about to wrap up here in a bit anyway. It's getting about to be that time. Head back to the inn. Okay, yeah, you go back. Ina has started serving dinner because after your shopping trip and everything, get back. It's about 6:00, 6:30. It's starting to get, a little bit darker outside. If you want, you could definitely still roam the town, but this is like where everybody's starting to like get dinner. Definitely. Okay. So your meal will be let me look. Da-da-da, good meal. The good meal will be 3 silver. You're 5? Okay. She's like Marco knows to tip the lady. I'll get you far around here. I say that'll get you far around here, dearie. All right. Are you gonna be doing anything else for the rest of the night, or just eating and turning in? Nope. Sleeping. Studying the map. Okay. Well, you're studying Okara, and you see it's got a pretty simple layout. Everything's pretty much seems to be designed around the river. It's got a very interwoven layout. It's not exactly on a grid, like some cities would be, kind of like how Thorn is. It's more of a web moving along the lines of the river. So while it looks a little bit more confusing at first, you quickly get the hang of it's like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. You feel like after you would have about 3 hours or so before you start to get tired, all that kind of stuff. You feel like you can navigate pretty easily around the city, given your time that you spent. All right. Lads, then if I believe that is it for Amelie for the night. Lads, y'all heading back to the Rivers Runner?
That's what I was thinking. Get food over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You'll get back. By this point, Amelie would have gone back to her room and started to look at the map. You'll get back about 7:15, 7:30. Because you'll were spending some time. You'll spend a little bit of time at the the training grounds talking to Jameson, and he gave it just like a couple pointers. Because you can tell it's like he says like, yeah, I used to be one of the city guards. Retired after a while. Opened up this place. Keep people from stabbing themselves, shit like that. And y'all hung around for a little bit, headed back then, and got back. You're here towards later to the dinner rush. This is where you start to get into the night crowd that are also here to drink. You see Ina walking around, passing out drinks, while also occasionally having a separate barrel just for herself that she is slowly draining over the course of the night. And you heard me correctly, I did say barrel. You're just gonna get food and everything?
Yeah, I'll cover the cost of Josaku's food and drink.
All right.
Thank you.
Josaku, you getting booze?
No.
No? Okay.
No booze.
No booze? Okay. In that case, it'll be Varys, are you getting booze?
I'll probably like a beer, something from the tap, but that's it, like one glass.
Okay. In that case, glass, mug, pint, what kind of thing we talking?
A mug.
Mug? Okay. We'll say in total your thing is about 7 silver between the two of you.
Yep.
Finn, if you're also eating there, that'll be 3 silver. Same thing for you, Kaba. Unless you're ordering booze.
I'm not gonna eat. I'm gonna go to my room.
What? You sure, Finn?
Wait, what?
Aren't you hungry?
You're not gonna eat dinner?
No, not tonight.
Deary, are you sure about that? Are you sure you don't want to eat? You're already skin and bones as it is.
Yeah, if it's a money thing, I can pay for it.
It's a custom among my religion.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Teach their own. Just be sure to take care of yourself, dearie. Religion is great, but if it leaves you too weak when you need it, it won't help you out. It won't help you out as much in those cases. Just be sure to take care of yourself too. And you can tell she's not trying to be insensitive. She's just trying to say it's just make sure you're still taking care of yourself. Kind of again like a grandmotherly kind of way where she's she sees this kind of thing and she a little bit worry grandmother style. You get what I mean.
Finn looks genuinely touched, just smiles and then nods and then heads to his room.
Okay. Are you just gonna head straight to bed?
No, I'm gonna wait till they're done. I'm gonna catch Find Familiar.
Okay.
Ooh.
Finn getting fun here. All right. All right. Well then, while he's doing that, the rest of the three of you. Did you say mark the say Varus mark 7? Kaba, you're not drinking, right?
Nope.
Okay. You mark 3 off of your thing. Josaku, Varus paid for your meal. Yeah. And then after the meal, Ina comes by with a couple more cookies.
Fuck.
And then it says like, if y'all want to take a couple cookies before bed, go for it.
Jeez.
I'll take 2.
Oh, yoink some. I yoink one for myself and one for Finn, just in case he wants to eat something later.
Yep. And then all of a sudden, as y'all like grab the cookies, you hear a shout from across the bar as one guy has now lifted a chair above his head. He says, and you hear Ina shout, "Stan, put that chair down, or I turn you into one."
Yo.
Sorry, Ina. That's better. All right. All right, guys. Are y'all just like heading to bed after the food and stuff, and chilling for the rest of the night?
Yeah.
All right. Kaba and Josaku just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then with that, everybody, that was pretty much your first day of care. But Finn, you're casting Find Familiar. What you doing there, buddy?
So I take a seat, close my eyes, and just start saying the familiar words, and cast Find Familiar, and out from a portal pops this little fey pink hawk and stuff. I say,
Okay.
"Welcome back, Chester. It's been a while."
It like nuzzles up next to you. What you doing, my guy?
I'm just getting him ready
Ready for what?
for whenever we need him.
Fair enough. Fair enough, my guy. Damn, sorry, I forgot that you got all the components for Find Familiar, honestly. So I'm trying to remember how this spell works. So
It takes an hour to cast, and then the duration is instantaneous, and it stays around, and I just have like a pink hawk flying around with me.
all right, you have your pink hawk named Chester. He's going to be so he basically like perches up right next to you. Basically like there's a small like side table right next to the bed. He's like perched up on the edge, and there's a little like almost like a small like head pillow or something that was like sitting on there, and he's like basically like made like a makeshift like little nesting area for himself, basically. So is that it? All you're doing for tonight,
Yeah,
Finn?
that's all I wanted to do. Sorry.
All right, guys. As the sun sets and it goes into night, so ends your first day in a care. But Finn,
Yeah.
uh, eventually, you wake up unexpectedly.
Oh no.
You sit up in your bed. The lights are mostly off, except for then a lantern. The little lantern in the corner of the room. You notice that it's on, but it's almost like it's been covered. Pulls it off, and there's a guy sitting over in the corner of the room, dressed head to toe in black, even
Oh,
covered
no.
in the face with a mask with small protrusions coming out the top of it. So, and you see, he's actually holding the mysterious stone dagger as well. See, somebody finally found this thing. You know, for how long it's been hidden, you'd think it would have been less interesting. Wouldn't you say so, Finn?
How do you know my name?
Kid, it's part of my job. So, do you even know what this is?
I have no idea. You can have it if you want.
Oh no 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 no! It is very much yours. Now, it used to be mine at one point, but no. Don't worry. It's not cursed or anything. That's not as much my speed. So he basically sets it down, but I will have to say, interesting things are coming around. Can't exactly say what. Gotta abide by some rule, you know.
Or you could just like, no, tell me. I wouldn't tell anyone if you told me.
Oh, but you see, I can't. I would love to, trust me. I would find nothing more than to do that, because I also know it. Well, I'll say how annoyed it would make some other people after this, but gotta follow some rules, kid. It's unfortunate, even for me. So, I'll say he touched that. My advice: keep using that. Something tells me eventually you stick something with it, you may like what happens. And you can see, like, you can't. I'll say again, face completely covered by a mask, but you can see, like, this guy, whoever or whatever he is, it's just, you can almost see, like, a almost Joker-esque cheekbone smile is going on under this mask basically all times. Like, almost as if he's fucking with you, but it's like. Then again, actually, trusting something I say normally wouldn't be a good idea, but this is one of the few times where I'm actually being pretty honest. Yeah, just keep being interesting, Finn. I'm looking forward to see what you do with this baby. And to see it, and do me a favor. If you can, make sure it ends up in the belly of those in the bellies of those three that you saw in the library. It'd be a problem if they're doing what I think they're doing. As he then basically, he was like sitting on that corner table the whole time, like legs crossed, like propped up, and he pops off. It's like, oh, and kid, I'm always watching, Isaac.
Oh God.
And as he says that, you wake up. You sit bolt up into the bed. You look over and you see that the lantern has died out, but the embers are around enough that you can still see the mysterious stone dagger is sitting over there on the desk. And as you look at it, it's almost as if in your head, like, there's just a little bit of a slightly mischievous and maniacal laugh. Like, not like anything like that you can actually hear, but you can just almost imagine hearing that guy's laugh as you look at this thing.
It's just a dream. I don't sleep for the rest of the night.
And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Do we get long rest?
Yeah, you do get long rest. Yeah, you
Let's
regen to
go.
full, all that stuff. For those of you watching on Twitch, this is where we sign out for the night. That's to them, because also I'm running on 2 hours sleep and it is 11 o'clock.
Same. I am running on a few hours